What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Komaris, and as you can see by the title, for today's video I'm going to be talking about why I love Virgos. And before we get into this video, I just want to say that I'm not a Zodiac guru. Like, I don't know a lot about the scientific elements of astrology and astronomy that makes people have these characteristics and act a certain way and stuff like that. The things that I'm going to say about Virgos in this video are made based upon like my previous experience with Virgo people, meaning people that I know personally, like friends, family and things like that, and even like people that I enjoy watching, like celebrities and listening to, things like that, artists and stuff like that. But yeah, I just want to put it out there that I'm not a professional. Let's just leave it there. All of this is based upon personal experience and experimentation. So let's get into the video. So I actually have two reasons, and these two reasons are patterns and traits. And I'm gonna start off with patterns, of course. That's the first reason. And I said patterns because most of the people that I actually like as a person, and I think they're great people, and I just, overall enjoy them, they usually end up being a Virgo. Like, all of my favorite people are Virgos. My grandma's a Virgo. My auntie Rainey is a Virgo. My cousin Lawrence is a Virgo. Beyonce is a Virgo. Michael Jackson is a Virgo. Keke Palmer is a Virgo. China Ann McClain is a Virgo. Who else is a Virgo do I have on here? Nas is a Virgo. Jennifer Tilly is a Virgo. Tyler Perry is a Virgo. And do you not hear the list of these people? Like, they're talented and amazing, beautiful people. Like, they're Virgos. The pattern is basically just there's a consistent inflow of people that I actually like and enjoy around, and it being in their presence is they all share the characteristic of being a Virgo. And I feel like that's a sign, like, that's probably like one of my favorite signs. I do have a list of like my top 3 favorite signs, but Virgo is definitely like my number 1 favorite sign. And it's mainly because my grandma is a Virgo, to be completely honest, and she just embodies like how I feel about like all Virgos. Like, this is the rules and requirements that you must meet to be like one of my favorite people as a Virgo. Like, you have to in some way remind me of my grandma, if that makes sense. But yeah, let's get into reason 2, which is traits. I said that every Virgo is self-driven and has a very strong work ethic due to high standards. When it comes to like these standards and things like that, they're mainly self-imposed. And I just want you to look back at the list of the people that I said are Virgos and just look at their work ethics. All of these people that I named, they all have very, very, very long, lifelong careers, and they're probably not going to stop until they're in the grave. And I wouldn't be surprised if they even have things already lined up for once they do pass. God forbid. But, death isn't able to be avoided. But, we just say God forbid, so it doesn't happen soon. But anywho, yeah, you just see the pattern in the list of all the people that I said who's a Virgo. All of them have very consistent and almost never ending careers, and it's because of their strong work ethic and their dedication to perfecting their craft and just fully being committed to things that they are committed to. And they don't just start something without trying to finish it. Once they start it, they plan on actually finishing it. And I love that about Virgos. And I also forgot to mention that I am part of the Virgo community. I am a Virgo rising, because I believe rising, it tells like that's what all your like action based characteristics come from, I believe. And personality traits come from like your rising sign. And yeah. But like I said, I'm not a professional at this. I don't know a lot. Also, like I said, I hold my grandma up as the standard for Virgos, like for me to, like you for simply being a Virgo, and adding you to the list of people that I like because, you being a Virgo. And when it comes to like work ethic, my grandma is one of the most hardest working people that I know. Um, she's a retired nurse. She used to work in a clinic, for a neurology clinic, and I used to always just go to work with her sometime as a kid, and I would just pay attention to like how she worked and the things that she would do, and like she would always step up and do things for people even if she wasn't really like asked to. And in a way, I feel like that can be really annoying as I've gotten older, like people always stepping up and doing for you. um Granted, it's beautiful that you have like this work ethic and you're willing to not only just do the things that you want to do or that you have to do, but you're willing to step up into other people's shoes and help them out. But like sometimes people just want to be patient and take their time and just, you know, work at a pace that's best for them, that doesn't seem rushed. But Virgos, I feel like they have this work ethic that it almost gives them like a sense of impatience, and they don't have time to hope and wish for things to work out. They're gonna get up and they're gonna make something happen regardless of whatever their circumstances are and things like that. And one of the things that she used to always tell me, and that she heard her well, he's my great granddad, that she always heard her dad tell her, was that you should never look like what you're going through. And even if you don't have like a dime to your name and things like that, you should never look like you don't. And I feel like that's something that all Virgos share. Like no matter what they're going through or what they're feeling and things like that, they're always going to show up 110% and give 110% is what I meant. And I really, really, really have been dealing with like this feeling when it comes to like showing up, even when I don't feel like showing up in adulthood. I feel like that is something like so hard, and it's easier said than done. Granted, I've had to do it like multiple times, like in college, while going through what I was going through, mainly like with grief, especially like just starting out my semester and my uncle passing, and him being like a father figure to me, one of my father figures, and just having to still go because like the semester literally just started. Like I can't have a break and like tell these people I need a break, before we even got started. And I would just be light years behind even if I did get a break. But, oh my God, why did the sun just all of a sudden start shining on me? But yeah, I'm going into a whole different direction, but I do feel like showing up 110% all the time is something that Virgos always, share. And I feel like it's not authentic, which of course it isn't authentic. They have to, show up, either way, No matter how hard life gets, they still have to show up. They still have to, beat these challenges imposed on them and things like that. But, you know, sometimes I do, as an adult, get tired of showing up and like being the big guy and being like, you know, I'm not feeling good, but I'm gonna show up today. Sometimes I just want to be like, I'm not in the mood. I'm not gonna act like I'm in the mood because I'm not in the mood. Things are not okay, and I don't want to act like things are okay because they're not. And sometimes, realism does take a toll on me, and it helps me. Well, not helps. It makes it harder for me to, be delusional or positive. Um, in some ways, and I've always, well, not I've always, but lately I've been having like really deep thoughts about me being possibly like naturally a negative person. But I wouldn't say negative, but I would say, well, that's what every negative person says, that they call themselves a realist instead of, negative. But I'm not gonna lie, I do have my moments where I do have my moments where I just don't want to act. I don't want to put on an act. I don't want to pretend like everything is okay, because it's not. And I don't understand. Well, I do understand why. But back to the video. But yes, I feel like Virgos share that trait of pretending like everything is okay even when it isn't. And it's a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. It does has its pros and cons. And I honestly, personally feel like it's more of a con than it is a pro. Because you show up all these times, and people are going to continue to expect you to show up. They're not going to expect you to be any less. They're going to always expect you to be at your top, at your most, at your best. They're always going to look at you almost as a god figure. I mean, look at Beyonce, look at Tyler Perry. Like, they are held to the standard and expectation, like, you should know better, you should be better. Like, how dare you be human, is almost like how people look at them. And yeah, and it's because of their work ethic and how they always like, positive and making things happen. But yeah, anywho, another trait that makes me really, really love Virgos is the fact that they're straightforward and direct. You very rarely or almost never have to assume with the Virgo, because they yearn for clarity naturally. So they will always be willing to say the things for understanding, not only on their end, but for understanding on your end as well. So with that, I was basically like saying, like, when they feel a certain way or they are questioning something, they want to first gain understanding for themselves. They want to understand what it is that they're not understanding, and then they're going to say like how that makes them feel, and they're going to make sure that you understand how they feel about this. And that first they're going to let you know, like, I understand, but I'm going to make sure that you understand how I feel about this as well. And I love that about Virgos. Almost every Virgo person I know, they are going to be very vocal about how they feel about things. And I feel like that is so appreciated. Well, I appreciate it a lot. Like, I don't like to be on the fence about anything. I like to know everything. I'm very much a why person. And I want to know, like, why are you feeling this way? Why are you thinking this way? Why? Just why? I always want to know why. And, in this world, like, it's hard to get that from, like, people on a regular, because everybody just has this, like, everybody wants to assume, because assuming is easier. Like, you can create whatever narrative you want in your mind when you just assume, and whatever that you create is created to comfort you and your ego, and I just don't like that. I like the truth and only the truth, to be honest. Don't fabricate anything with me. Don't hide things from me because, I'm going to find out. And once I find out, who knows what I'll do. But yeah, love that about Virgos. And also with that, it makes them not passive aggressive. I hate passive aggressive people. That's one of the things that I'm struggling with at work currently. Like, everybody, like, if you're gonna be, oh, I almost said something. But if you're gonna be an asshole, or you just gonna be like mean and this and that, at least be assertive with it. Be upfront with it. Like, you passive aggressive, like, you a coward, but you trying to hold like all this weight and be this big mouth, this and that, but you passive aggressive. And I see through all of that. Like, people that are passive aggressive are so full of it. And even people who act like I'm non-confrontational, this and that, very cowardly, very, I just don't like people like that. But most Virgos that I meet that are like that, they aren't like that, to be completely honest. And yeah, I hate avoidance and I hate passive aggressiveness. And Virgos, they are not that at all. They are the complete opposite. And that is why I love them. However, this causes a lot of clashing between me and some Virgos, because sometimes they just find things to say or critique even if nothing naturally hits them. Like, they would just search for something to, say. And when you do that, like, you don't even believe that. Like, you're just saying something just to have an opinion and just to, like, make sure that you respond or give a response that's, heard. And I feel like you don't always have to say something. And that's like one of the struggles that I always have had with my grandma, like, growing up. Like, I would show her like my videos of me dancing or something like that, and she'd be like, oh, and like, you can just see on her face her trying to find something to critique. Or be like, you could have did better in that, like, that needed more energy on that part. But that she never can just compliment me. But recently she has been like complimenting my videos a lot without like critiquing. I don't know if it's the constant arguing that we do that she has started to like actually listen and just give me some positive feedback rather than critiquing me on something just because. But lately she has been really liking my videos, and it's one video that she really, really loves, and it's my video that I did when I was dancing to America Has a Problem by Beyonce. But yeah, that's one thing that I really, really dislike about Virgos. And not even just with my grandma, but I clash with like Virgos a lot when it comes to like that. Like, love them down, but sometimes stubbornness. Okay. The way that I feel about stubbornness is that I believe that stubbornness is like the ultimate superpower. Think about it. You're set in your ways and you already have like this way of thinking and believing and acting and things like that. And what if the way that you are stuck in is, a great way to be stuck in? And I feel like that gets overlooked. Like, people are so obsessed with like growth and change and things like that, but some things do, in my opinion, some things should indeed stay the same and should never change. But I feel like because people are so fixed on like not having a fixed mindset and having a growth mindset, when it comes to like certain things, that they apply it to like everything. But I feel like it's okay to have a fixed mindset when it comes to like certain things. And being stubborn almost puts you in a fixed mindset. And what if that fixed mindset is, I'm trying to find it. Like, the fixed mindset carries a lot of ways and actions that could lead you into like so many victories. And I'm just gonna read off the paper like what exactly I said instead of trying to freestyle. But I said, although stubbornness has a negative connotation, I believe stubbornness is one of the reasons that Virgos are successful. And I say it forces you to be set in ways, and this is perfect if you have quote unquote great ways and great views on anything that you are working towards and things like that. I'm trying to figure out a way to like make everybody like understand it, but I do believe that stubbornness is a superpower. And like, say I'm stuck on making sure that I give out, I can't really find an example. If I found one while editing, I would do it. But yeah, stubbornness is definitely a superpower, and I feel like it should be embraced more. Mystique. I said that Virgos are, very mystique, and to me, mysticism is intriguing. And, I'm drawn to that as someone who is always open to learning and studying. I feel like people are boring if they don't like have a sense of mystique to them. And I feel like everyone should practice mystique. And mystique is often confused as like secrecy and like hiding things and stuff like that, but that's not true. Like, Virgos will tell you like everything about their life. They will trauma dump on you. They will do every single thing, tell you every detail about their life, and you still won't really know much about them and who they are as a person if you don't sit down and experience them and break them down. And I think that's fun, and I think it's a trait that every human should have, because a lot of people are, in my opinion, very boring. Not even with just being straightforward, but most of the people who are straightforward or upfront with like their actions and things like that, it's not their true authentic actions. They're putting up a front, and they're presenting who they want to be seen as, not necessarily who they actually are. Which is why when people are like so bubbly and so fun and so nice, I always question them, because like, are you acting? What's your character's name? How did you get this role? But yeah. Anywho. Example though. Like, my grandma, she always talks about like,
oh yeah, that's the 70s. I love the 70s, this, that.
but when you ask her like, who was your favorite artist during the 70s? How did you used to dress in the 70s? Like, what hair products did you used to use in the 70s?
I don't know.
Do you know Minnie Riperton?
I don't know who that is.
Do you know Donna Summer?
I know of her, but I don't know her music.
And it just makes me like, Grandma, did you just spawn out of nowhere and just, you act like you don't know nothing about where you from, where you come from and things like that, but I'm pretty sure she has her reasons, but it's almost just like, you didn't want to like remember nothing, or like you gotta be hiding. Like, I remember stuff against my will, so I know it's some stuff that you remember as well. Like, Grandma, what's going on? And if you're watching this, I want you to really finally give me an answer after I already asked you this several times. Like, what's going on? Like, but yeah, that, surprisingly, that is all I have for the reasons why I love Virgos. And this is my love letter to Virgos. I believe, again, that Virgos are the best sign in the entire like astrology, constellation, whatever it's called, all of that. I believe that they are the best out of us all. And I really do love Virgos. Everyone that I know personally and everyone that is in my life that I really, really have a special space for is a Virgo. Well, of course, not everyone literally, but a lot of the people that I love and adore are Virgos. And I just want to say that I'm sorry about this video not coming out during Virgo season. It's been very hard, navigating and trying to pick. Why I hear a bobcat? It's been hard trying to navigate, life and work and create a balance. Work-life balance doesn't really exist, and that's a complete fallacy that people tries to put on us, and they teach us like a lot of things that they teach us is very much a lie. But anywho, but yeah, I'm definitely going to be working on more videos. You might see me in the same outfits in some videos because I'm recording them the same day. But I am on a grind to not only just 500 subs, but I do want to increase my watch hours. I'm trying to really prove to myself and my childhood self that I can actually do like YouTube, not necessarily full time, but I can just keep creating things that I can look back on and enjoy. That's what this whole entire channel is about. That's why I'm trying to do not as much music reviews and stuff like this, TV reviews and stuff like that, because I do want this channel to be like, a diary for me, just to be able to see like my logic and how I feel about things and feel about myself, and also documenting like things that I've been doing, which I haven't really been doing a great job at, honestly, at uploading at least. But yeah, I'm working towards it. And yeah, that's all I have for this video. Thank you all for watching. I'm sorry if I did a lot of rambling in this video, but I'm going to talk about that in one of my videos as well. And yeah, make sure you stay tuned. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on this video, and be ready for the next, because I'm definitely coming with more. All right, it's your boy Komaris, and I'm out.